The USL on CBS Sports, presented by Best Western. Sacramento, Orange County take the field. Sacramento 3 days away from the Jägermeister Cup Final on the Golazo Network Saturday night. And if you watch their game on the weekend against Monterey Bay, this lineup doesn't look very familiar, does it?
9 changes overall. Cody Baker on the back line, the loanee from Seattle. Watch him to release high. The reason they want to be aggressive, they want to push this team back. Orange County SC in their 4-2-3-1 has struggled defensively as they start to push the tempo. Kelly, Pinto, and Haggard. Communication between the three. They all want to play high. They need to have balance sitting deep centrally, eliminating Sac's threats.
Ethan Zubak has been on some kind of goal-scoring tear for Orange County. Does it continue here tonight on the road in very hostile territory? A chance to bring Orange County above the playoff line against arguably the best goalkeeper in the game, in the league right now. Danny Vitiello chasing history. A chance to set the league shutout record tonight. Underway in Sacramento, California. It is the USL Championship on CBS Sports. On head-to-head goal difference, the second tiebreaker. Leapfrog into 7th. Vitiello off his line, knocks it up the field. Knocked away from Aaron Edwards, but remains with Sacramento. Leading forward for Dominik Wanner. Wanner rounding the corner. Wanner denied the follow. Whipped over by Blake Willey.
On the diagonal, perfect execution as you drag the runner back across. Have to be smarter in the moment. Play the angles game. You can't dive in because you hang everybody out. That ball's got to come back across the 6, though. With all the space, the momentum of the back line, you hit this right to the
early tough out for the team that ultimately lifted the trophy. Skip header on, Wanner chasing. Devin, most managers are over here trying to move magnets, play Quidditch. He's playing chess, checkers, the whole thing, Neill Collins. I know all that time in Tampa Bay, you marveled at some of these 2 personnel, 9 position changes with shifting shapes and wild. Lobbed in by Edwards. Return to sender. Willey this time! Kicked away! Wanner bounces it in! Dominik Wanner finishes the job, his 2nd goal this year! Quickly dispersed.
Long throw, it's adjusting after the fact, though. The first one, you could be nitpicky on the clearance because the ball comes nearly down Route 1. It's got to be away from the threat, over the shoulder. Slight mistake, but then not enough pressure quick enough to really close down the angle. You cannot allow that much time on the secondary ball put forth after the quality save by Colin Shutler. The strike from distance, I'll allow it. Hard to react, but in
2 reds in 10 games. Kelly. Haggard tries to get beneath it. I was trying to tee up an Olympico there. It didn't work out. Got away from Jamison.
The 25-year-old has certainly had quite the journey since his arrival in États-Unis. You know, one of the key things that Denny Stone mentioned to me in our chat earlier today in the lead up to this game was, you know, squad selection for him as the head coach has been a little bit thin, but also they've been on the road a ton. So within that, he feels for Stephen Kelly, yeah, performances have been up and down, but also he hasn't been able to establish a rhythm. He doesn't have a home. So even though they brought him to the state of California, he hasn't been there. So getting established into a daily routine, getting rhythm within the group.
Whoa, that rip is wide. Cameron Dunbar.
Packed within this group. This team has a ton of capability in the build overall. They're better in wide open transition. But when you've got ball carriers in the midfield, Haggard, Kelly.
Brought in from Colorado. Ball slipped ahead. Dunbar's gonna get there. Dunbar put it wide.
Better. Pinto on the vertical side of things said they were capable. You want to be nitpicky here. 4 touches when 2 would have done. If they would have come square earlier, Dunbar would have had the ability.
Imagine it's doubly difficult to do that with 9 changes from the last game as well. Teal played it ahead. Felipe tried to drag through. And dragging by Willey. It's turned over, scooped up by Jamison. Contemplative touch, and then it is Bryce Jamison exploding the other direction. Finally, Kelly caught the snitch. Plays it down into the left side. Couple options percolating. Zuback knocked off the ball. Didn't reach Dunbar, now it did. Now Jamison, that's blocked. Dunbar, blocked again. Jamison! Up towards Zuback. That old Dogman pinballs away from Aaron Edwards.
This is where communication has to be from some of the more experienced players. Portillo could be one of them, though not as many reps as he would like this season under Neill Collins. Defensively, it is Willey and Portillo who are more going to be side by side. Luis Felipe is going to give them the freedom to roam. But as Orange County starts to build, they have to be the foundational pieces that let him hunt. Not just on the attacking side, but as the two drop in, Luis Felipe rotates right. If you establish those two early on, then he can start to pinch and put pressure, which includes Malik Pinto coming up high. Now there's that balance. He comes in, Kelly releases. That's just about talking to each other, Mike. Checks over the right shoulder, shift 5 yards, press up high. They're not speaking frequently enough to each other, which is why Orange County's building so well through the middle.
Dunbar against everybody, seemingly. Slid through, that found Jamison. Edwards uncorks a long throw. Devin, I think Orange County had a little more desperation coming into the game tonight. Sacramento, the players, I think individually, you could say, is a measure of desperation. Get to this time of year, you're not in the 11 consistently. Can you make that mark on your manager? As we approach halftime, is there a side that's going to walk away more satisfied by how this went, or some individuals that may have peeked their head out?
Sacramento Republic, wouldn't say that the margin's that far off, though, for Orange County. Reason being the scoreline, number one. Theoretically, they're going in with the lead. Number two, the production in the final third, even though
advantage played. Wanner unloads. Shutler shuts the door. The play to continue.
This is what I was saying, though, is the production overall, even though both teams are about 6 shots apiece, Sacramento's the only squad to actually hit the target. Good refereeing to allow this to play on.
Corner coming for Sacramento. Start of 3 minutes of added time. Near post run. Ball knocked down. Timmer overtaken. Dunbar couldn't get away. Edwards plays it wide. Soars upward. Shutler will catch it. Is there anything left here at the end of the first half? Sacramento a 1-0 lead at the intermission. Dominik Wanner grabs his second goal of the campaign.
They need to handle Jäger Cup Final on the weekend first. That's the immediate goal, and then you adjust.
Now they made 9 changes coming into the game, and they hold the lead at halftime over Orange County. Here's Agard. Dogman. Well, get the cross away. Down goes Dunbar, and he's pointing to the spot. It is a handball, the call from Rodrigo Albuquerque.
On the outside right there. Possibly not. As it drops in. I don't know about that one. And that's up next to Torso, and it wouldn't be a penalty, but they can't review it.
Zuback scored from the spot last game. Vidiello playing mind games. He saved 7 of 21. Zuback scores! A marksman from the penalty spot. Orange County equalize. Dubious or not, Ethan Zuback bags his 11th goal of the season. and it's 1-1.
Go back to the ball into the corner. Nice high established line from Orange County.
Jamison trying to hook this inside that close post on Shutler, where he let Portillo go. It's Jamison to the backside, and Shutler pops it out.
With it, he comes right around it, gets the wall to move with Luis Felipe on the...
Swings this into the path of Shutler.
It's a lot more difficult for Colin Shutler. If that can't happen, keep it in front of you, stay organized, and then one of two things. You push him back, reset your defensive line to come up. You can be more aggressive once you see where your trigger is going to be for the press, the right time to step, or the bad decision on the back end of it. That's one of the biggest assets they have, forcing the opposition to constantly take the road they don't want to travel. The 50-yard diagonal up over the top, low percentage ball on pickups. Because of all the movement communication, you're getting really good, like this, moments where you isolate the impact it can have on you, and it slims the margins attacking-wise for the opposition.
Stews with Orange County, just the 21st goal conceded all year by Sacramento. They've lost just twice since the middle of June. Back post. Could have squared it to Pinto. Instead, lofts back in front. Vitiello came off his line. Much confusion. It's a corner.
Back side of things, uncharacteristic from him. All the bodies in front. He's a little bit slow in reaction, but the reaction is everything. Watch the left hand right there. Full force again for Vitiello.
Zubak went for it. Sprung outside by Baker, sent away by Willey. Wanner will chase. All the while, just the first change for Orange County, it's Tristan Traeger coming in off the bench and replaces Bryce Jamison.
Real good through the looking glass moment earlier today with Danny Stone, head coach of Orange County. Because they're so banged up, but really the profile of the team overall, this is an attack-minded team who's struggled defensively and leaning into what you're best at down the stretch. Yes, things need to be better defensively. He feels like there are some shutouts within this group, but
Parano stinging the palms of Shutler.
As they open themselves up, making sure some of these tight windows are closed down. As the back line comes high, now Pinto's reacting, but the space is still there. So good at his reactions, 18 yards and in.
Service through, header steered up, now down. Felipe chasing after that at the top of the area. Parano. Gurr won that race. Jack Gurr inches up the line and throws. Just wouldn't give up. Corey Bennett the finish. Sacramento roars in front.
When you rotate this many players, it causes an influx of emotion, a lack of decision-making, and difficulty establishing rhythm. Well, the reinforcements have been thrust into the second half here. Lacking emotion, not whatsoever. Energy from Jack Gurr, but good vision to...
Just both a racing and a horse racing pun, some would argue. 80 seconds into 5 minutes. Tip through. Zubak collides. Vitiello holds on. Both sides are worse for the wear.